Anakin! I have the high ground!
You underestimate my power!
Don't try it!
We would be honored if you would join us.
In honor of hitting 300,000 subscribers, I'd like to present to you a fanfiction that I think you'd all enjoy. Our fanfiction today takes place just during the battle on Mustafar in Revenge of the Sith. The regular timeline plays out the way we all know and love. However, what would have happened to the galaxy if Anakin had won against Obi-Wan Kenobi? Our story will begin just after Obi-Wan jumps to the high ground where Anakin originally met his fate due to his arrogance. But what if, in this timeline, Anakin harnessed more of his dark side powers and redirected them to his jump, making an effective landing behind his old master and quickly piercing him through his back and out through his heart.
It's over, Anakin! I have the high ground!
You underestimate my power!
Don't try it!
If Anakin's ego wasn't already filled to the brim at this point, this would spill it over the top entirely. He would feel such a level of accomplishment for having killed Mace Windu, all the Jedi Masters left inside the temple including their Padawans, and now having killed one of the most powerful Jedi in the galaxy, his former master, Obi-Wan Kenobi. Anakin would be fuming with arrogance. This brings us to a crossroads for where this story could go. We can either choose for him to continue to join Palpatine upon the Emperor's arrival on the planet, or, due to Anakin's confirmed overconfidence in his abilities, and if we remember that confirmation on how he planned to overthrow Sidious when he was speaking to Padme.
I am more powerful than the Chancellor. I can overthrow him. And together you and I can rule the galaxy. Make things the way we want them to be. I have brought peace, freedom, justice, and security to my new empire.
He actually spontaneously ends up killing his master, taking the throne, and becoming the new emperor of the galaxy.
Excellent work, my apprentice. There are none left to oppose us. The galaxy is ours now. Here, your new weapon, Lord Vader.
I control the galaxy. I think we should go with option 2. With the death of Palpatine, Anakin would be free to control his new empire the way he saw fit. From here, he would grab Padme and take her aboard, requesting a medical capsule immediately. He would take her to Coruscant and repair all her injuries, such as her organs which were damaged and the concussion that she received when she hit the floor. Droids would deliver her twin children and Padme would continue to live as all she wanted was Anakin and his love, by her side and holding her hand as she went into labor. The two would name their children Luke and Leia and vow to raise them with love, care, and strength. With no Sith or fallen Jedi left to aid him in his new empire, he would have the clones track down the young Boba Fett and hire him as his personal bounty hunter at such a young age, corrupting him even further and granting him pinnacle training and access to all of his father's files, making him even more ruthless and skilled. Anakin would make the Jedi Temple his new office and citadel for his dealings on Coruscant, just as Palpatine had in the comics. He would continue to develop the plans that concerned the Death Star, vowing to move Padme and his children to the moon-sized planet destroyer upon its completion. During this time, Luke and Leia would learn the code of the Sith, with each year being encouraged to have passion in everything they did, to love fully and to hate darker than the clouds before a storm. Luke and Leia would grow to become elite Sith apprentices, hunting down all remaining Jedi from Order 66 with their father once old enough. He had instructed them on all lightsaber forms of combat, having studied them within the Jedi Temple archives and furthering their knowledge with all of the Sith holocrons taken from the restricted section in the temple that were only accessible to masters. He marveled to himself, remembering the day, remembering how they spat in his face when they denied him the rank of master. He would spend much of his free time walking into the council chambers and sitting in Master Windu's seat, mocking him and his ways. The thoughts would strike pure hatred into Anakin, sometimes so much so that one time he crushed a clone trooper's helmet into its own skull for interrupting his meditation in the chamber room. He was the most ruthless emperor the galaxy had ever seen. He did not think, he did not plan, merely acted on impulse and emotion, many of which he possessed. Luke would grow to be his most powerful child. However, his favorite was Leia. She was more like him than his son. She was more daring, more reckless, and always had something to prove next to her brother. His children would serve the Empire well. As for Padme, she hated what Anakin had turned into, but admired his power and ability to protect them. She secretly was disgusted by the power-hungry man he consistently turned into. However, she dared not mention anything other than the infatuation and love that she had for him to his face. Anakin was in control of the galaxy. He saw himself as neither a Sith nor a Jedi, merely just the most powerful being in the universe, and therefore abolishing the rule of two. He pondered if there were any more Jedi left for him to kill. He wondered if Sidious had really killed Master Yoda, never finding out what really happened, as his impulses led to his master's demise. He sent his children on missions to the outskirts of the galaxy to find any remaining Jedi that they could, to search for clues and ask questions from all who seemed suspicious. Now that he retained all of his limbs and his connection to the Force wasn't drastically reduced like in the original timeline, he would spend the rest of his life achieving unlimited levels of power, able to rip the throats of his enemies out from their bodies and propel Force lightning so quickly that his enemies would be reduced to a mere smolder of ash within an instant. Anakin would move to construct several more Death Stars throughout the galaxy, forcing planets to pay for it or be annihilated, taking their donations and killing them all anyway. He would truly become the most feared being in the galaxy, with no one left to kill and nothing left to conquer. The Empire would grow vast and wide, covering the entire galaxy. He would grow old and weary, something like a decrepit emperor, lonely and powerful but miserable. Entombed by his own lack of vision and hatred, he knew it was only a matter of time before the tradition of the dark side fell upon him. He knew at any moment his son or daughter would kill him to take his place. As he pondered the stories and lore of the ancient Sith, marveling over his empire and everything he had created, a darkness shadowed him like a veil of death itself. He looked down at his chest with a smirk, exhaling one final time, closing his eyes to the blood-red echo of his child's crimson lightsaber. Thanks so much for watching this fanfiction, everyone. So, who do you think took over the throne at the end? I'm leaving that open for you to discuss in the comments. And thank you so much for supporting the channel. When I started the channel over 7 months ago, I had no idea where it would be today. And this is honestly just a dream. Lightly put, as best as I could put it in the short amount of time, it's honestly just a dream that I have such love and support from you guys that actually appreciate the stuff that I put out. It's really a feeling that I can't describe. All of you are immensely appreciated by me, and I just want you all to know that. You know, whether you've been around since before I had 1,000 subscribers to now over Big 3, or to when I get over 1 million someday, my message inbox is always open to you all, and I'll do my best to answer you, even though it's getting harder and harder every single day with new subscribers. It's kind of bittersweet, and that's another reason why I'll be doing live Q&As in the future, so that I can connect with you all in real time. Thanks again, everyone. I will see you all in tomorrow's episode of Star Wars Theory. My fellow Jedi and Sith friends, I hope you're all having a wonderful day or night. Until we meet again, remember,
The Force will be with you, always.
Now, fulfill your destiny.